Today I'm going to talk a little bit about title. We don't talk a lot about title, and most people really don't completely understand what it means, and I'm not going to tell you everything it means. But what I am going to tell you is that it could stop your escrow. It could stop your deal from going through if we don't work through some of the title issues that come up. Some issues that are really common, mechanics liens are really common. So you had a plumber come out and he did something and maybe you didn't pay him. You felt like he didn't do the right job. You have a dispute and for whatever reason you didn't pay him. Well, guess what? Almost all those guys put mechanics liens on your home. That way they have recourse if they don't get paid. And then they go back and they take them off. But a mechanics lien is one example of something that will prevent your home from being able to close escrow because you won't be able to provide a clear title. Another issue is a notice of action, a court, a lawsuit, a lis pendens, stuff like that. If there's any type of action currently happening regarding you or your address, that's going to stop everything in its tracks and it has to be resolved before you get a clear title. Bankruptcy, same thing. If you file bankruptcy in the middle of a sale, that's going to stop everything dead in its tracks. Uninsured deeds, these days the title companies, they make sure you have insurance. That's what title insurance is all about. But if you did have a deed that was uninsured, the next title company is going to take it that way. And then access. Now, we're not talking about access about you and me getting in the house, but we're talking about access from a street, Around here in Southern California, or at least in this part of Southern California, that's not a real concern. But there are places out in the desert and the mountains where you might have to get through somebody else's land to get to it. So that could be one. And then one of the things that we all do if we're going to buy and sell a home is where we complete what's called a statement of information. And I can give you a great example that just happened yesterday. I had a past client call and say, hey, I got this letter saying that I'm being taken to court in Texas for failure to pay my property taxes by the school district. He's never lived in Texas. He's never owned anything in Texas. But his name is the same name as someone who did and didn't pay their taxes. So they just look up this name and they send him the letter. So the statement of information is really important. It's not important just to complete it. It's important to complete it quickly because you want them to have all the time they need to eliminate all those potential issues. Even though none of them might be your fault, it still takes time for them to work through it. If your name pops up as somebody who has a bad debt or something else, child support, it could be any number of things. So anyway, those are some interesting, I hope, tidbits on Title Report. Thank you.